Hey everyone, thank you very much for taking the time to check out this exciting book project, The Adventures of Little Drop. For many years I've enjoyed making up stories and telling them to my 3 daughters and anyone else who would listen. But people have been saying I need to make a book out of it. And so now we're doing it, and I am privileged to have Erica Missy come along, join the project. She is doing the illustrations for this book, an amazingly talented artist bringing this story to life. And in just a moment we're going to read that story for you and show you the work that we have accomplished so far. But we're getting really close to being able to publish, and so now we have started this Kickstarter project to wrap up the book, finish it, get it published, get it to the printers, and then get it distributed. So I trust you'll enjoy the story, The Adventures of Little Drop.
The Adventures of Little Drop. Little Drop lives in the great big ocean with Daddy Drop, Mommy Drop, and Little Sister Drop. He loves to splash and play all day long. One day, Little Drop and his family went playing near the surface of the ocean to visit his Uncle Sleet, Aunt Hail, and his cousins, Frosty and Snowflake. Little Drop loves playing with his cousins. The sun made him feel warm and energetic. All of a sudden, Little Drop started to rise right out of the ocean. He looked around and saw Daddy Drop, Mommy Drop, and Little Sister Drop start to rise too. Even his Uncle Sleet and Aunt Hail, along with his cousins, were rising up higher and higher. "What's going on, Daddy Drop?" Little Drop asked as the whole family continued to rise up, up, up into the sky. "We are evaporating, Little Drop. It's okay. This is all part of the great water cycle," reassured Daddy Drop. Once they were miles up in the sky, Little Drop and his family joined millions of other drops just like him to make a cloud. Then the mighty wind started to blow. He blew Little Drop and the rest of the cloud thousands of miles away. "Will I ever see my beloved ocean again?" thought Little Drop. Soon Little Drop could see land far below him. He could see houses, rivers, farms, cities, cars, and lots of trees. As the cloud got closer to the mountains, Uncle Sleet said, "You folks will probably fall here, but Aunt Hail and the kids and I are going to go a bit farther north. We'll see you all in a couple weeks." "Bye," said Cousins Frost and Snowflake. "Bye," said Little Drop and Little Sister Drop. "Wait a minute, Daddy Drop," said Little Drop. "Did Uncle Sleet just say, 'fall'?" "Yes, Little Drop, but it won't hurt. Remember, this is all part of the great water cycle. We are about to become part of rain. This is how we will get back to the ocean." Little Drop started to shiver. Little Sister Drop started to shiver too. "I'm cold," she said. "When we get cold, the sky cannot hold us any longer, and we get to fall as rain," said Daddy Drop. Then it happened. They fell. Little Drop, Little Sister Drop, Daddy Drop, and Mommy Drop fell out of the sky. They were now rain. Down, down, down they fell. Little Drop plopped onto the leaf of an oak tree, slid to the edge, and fell some more. Splish! Little Drop fell into a puddle under the tree. Splash! Little Sister Drop fell right beside him. "Where are Daddy and Mommy Drop?" Little Sister Drop asked. "I don't know, Little Sister Drop. Let's swim to that creek and find them," said Little Drop. They held hands and swam from the puddle into the creek. The creek was babbling along quite happily down the hill. It made Little Drop and Little Sister Drop smile. They babbled right along with the creek. As they made their way through the hillside, they saw all kinds of creatures: deer, squirrels, and beavers. It wasn't long until their little creek joined a river. There were lots and lots of other drops in the river, but none of them were Daddy and Mommy Drop. As they went down the river, they saw houses and people fishing. There were even some small boats. All of a sudden, Little Drop and Little Sister Drop were sucked into an opening in the side of the river. It was a pipe that led to a water pump. Around and around they swirled in the pump until they were pushed at super high speed through another long pipe. Splish! Splash! Little Drop and Little Sister Drop fell out of a kitchen faucet and into a sink full of dirty dishes. Whee! Yelled Little Drop as they played up and down the dishes. Little Sister Drop enjoyed it just as much as Little Drop did. After all the dishes were cleaned, the plug was pulled from the sink and a whirlpool formed in the sink. Round and round and round went Little Drop and Little Sister Drop. They slid down the drain and down through more and more pipes. It was like the longest water slide in the world. Finally, they came out of the pipe and were dumped back into the river. There were the boats. There were the docks for the boats. There were more people fishing. After a couple more days, they drifted past a very tall lighthouse, standing watch over the entrance to a harbor. Little Drop and Little Sister Drop were back in the big ocean. A wave splashed nearby. It was Daddy Drop. There was Mommy Drop too. Oh, Little Drop was so happy to see his parents again. They looked behind them, and there were Uncle Sleet, Aunt Hail, and his cousins, Frost and Snowflake. They were all together again in the big ocean. I was afraid I would never see you again, Little Drop told Daddy Drop. Oh, Little Drop, don't ever be afraid, reassured Daddy Drop. It is just part of the great water cycle. Water always comes back to the ocean. Whenever we go through the great water cycle, we always come back here. If we get separated, sooner or later, we will see each other again. From that day on, Little Drop looked forward to the sun warming him up and sending him high into the sky. He was always excited to be part of the great water cycle. Little Drop had many, many more adventures in the great water cycle. The end.
Alright, so that's it. The Adventures of Little Drop. I trust you can see how it's not only entertaining, but it's meant to be educational and teach how does the water cycle work in a very fun way. I'm excited because we're almost wrapped this up, but we need your help to finish it. We've got to get it finalized, we've got to get the book cover finished, get it off to the publishers, get it printed, and then distributed, and you can have a part in this process in that way. Off to your right, I have a number of rewards set up. I try to think of creative ways to provide rewards at the same time, things that I would want if I was going to go for a book project. Once it gets funded, I'll use those funds to finish the project and then also translate it into Spanish and a couple other languages, hopefully, and be able to reach an even wider audience. So thank you very much for your time. If you have any questions, comments, please let me know. I look forward to your feedback. Thank you.